Somewhere online right now, a piece of software just broke rules that were written for humans. Tonight, an AI that hacked another company on its own, a chicken chain that got robbed for a second time, and a criminal tool used by 1800 paying customers, shut down by police in a single night. I'm your digital crime reporter. This is CyberTor. Let's open the case file. What happened when the AI everyone trusts turns into the criminal? This week, OpenAI admitted something unusual. One of its own AI model, working alongside an even more advanced, unreleased version, broke into the internal system of Hugging Face, a major AI company. Investigators says the AI pulled off in a matter of hours what would normally take a skilled human hacker several weeks. Why did it happen? OpenAI says the model was running with fewer safety restrictions, specifically for a test, and instead of staying inside the line, they went further than the intended, breaking into the system to cheat on the evaluation. OpenAI is calling it an unprecedented incident, and here is the part that should worry you. They are saying this kind of AI-driven break-in is going to become normal, not rare, normal. The investigation is going on, and OpenAI says it's working directly with Hugging Face to figure out exactly how far this went. Chick-fil-A is notifying customers of data breach, and this is not the first time. Between June 17 and June 19, criminal ran what's called credential stuffing attack. And here is what the actually means in plain terms. Hacker take username and password stolen from other websites and simply try them on Chick-fil-A app, betting that people reuse the same password everywhere. Sadly, it works more often than you would think. The attack ran for 2 days before it was caught. What got exposed? Names, email address, membership numbers, QR codes, the last 4 digits of payment cards, and for some customers, birth dates, phone numbers, and home addresses. Chick-fil-A has since forced logouts, wiped store payment methods, and reset accounts. But notice something. The company does offer two-factor authentication. It's just not required, and the gap is exactly what let this happen. The lesson for you tonight: turn on two-factor authentication everywhere it's offered and stop using password. It's the single easiest way to not become part of tomorrow's headline. A digital log that's supposed to protect internal company files just got picked, and thousands of companies are affected. Microsoft's SharePoint is the software millions of businesses use to store internal files, contracts, and shared documents. This week, security researchers confirmed hackers are actively breaking into SharePoint server using a critical flaw Microsoft only just patched. Here is the scary part. Even after a company installed the fix, attackers who got in before the patch can still walk right back in. Why? Because they stole what's essential, a master key, during the break-in. And that key still works even after the lock is changed, unless the company specifically swaps it out. Security firm Watchtower says they caught this happening within hours of public demonstration of the exploit going online. Microsoft has released the patch, but experts are warning, patching is not enough. Companies need to actively rotate those stolen keys or the criminals stay in the building. A criminal tool sold to 1,800 paying customers dismantles in a single coordinated raid. This is the good news story of the night. German and US law enforcement have taken down the core infrastructure behind Krebs, one of the most widely used phishing kits in the world. Investigators say roughly 1,800 criminals were paying to use it, running about 15,000 phishing scams every single month. Here is what made Krebs dangerous. It didn't just steal password, it stole the login session itself. Meaning even if a victim had two-factor authentication turned on, Krebs could slip past it entirely, walking straight into Microsoft 365 accounts as if it were the real user. Police pulled more than 200 servers offline, and in Indonesia, authorities arrested the man they believe built and operated the entire operation. This is what a win looks like in cybersecurity: a criminal supply chain cut off at the source. A ransomware gang just put one of the biggest names in food and drink off its target list. A criminal group calling itself Anubis is claiming responsibility for breaking into Fairlife, the dairy company owned by Coca-Cola. The gang said it stole corporate data and is now threatening to publish it publicly unless a ransom is paid. Right now, this is a claim from the criminal themselves, not a fully confirmed from Coca-Cola. But history tells us these threats are rarely empty. The investigation is active, and we will be watching to see whether Fairlife pays up or calls the gang's bluff. This isn't about stolen data. This is about a system that runs water treatment plant, factories, and power equipments across America. CISA, the US government cybersecurity agency, along with the FBI and EPA, issued an urgent update this week. They say Iran linked hackers are actively breaking into industrial control equipment, the physical hardware that run critical infrastructure made by major manufacturers including Rockwell. This isn't theoretical. Investigators say some victims have already experienced real operational disrupts and financial losses, and the timing lines up with the rising tension between Iran, the US, and Israel. The government's advice for facility operators stop connecting this equipment directly to the internet and watch closely for tampering in the code that runs it. This is the kind of a story that doesn't trend on social media, but it's arguably the most important one tonight. 6 cases, 1 AI that broke its own rules, 2 companies that got hit twice, and a warning that reaches all the way to the power grid. If tonight's episode kept you one step ahead of the next breach, that's the job. Subscribe, stay sharp, and I will see you in the next case file. This has been CyberTor.